since the Crunchyroll and Funimation merger happened, I was able to cancel my Funimation subscription, so I decided to check out Hidive and get a subscription on there, mainly because I've always seen anime on there I've never seen, and they have like a more unique catalog, and a lot of underrated anime are on Hidive, especially if you compare it to a lot of other streaming services. It's more the underrated stuff that you never see on those. And since I've been using Hidive for a few months, I wanted to make a video on, is Hidive a good streaming service? Now, let's get into this because Hidive is a very interesting streaming service. If you look at the history of Hidive, it started off as the Anime Network, and that was like Sentai's like streaming service. Like early on it was like their website, and then eventually it became Hidive. And like Hidive is owned by Sentai Filmworks, which is, I think, is now owned by AMC or whatever, like at least a good portion of it. So if you know anything about Sentai Filmworks, you know that they're one of our like anime DVD / Blu-ray distributioners out in the West that, like, I think they send orders to the US and Canada. I don't think they really ship outside the US like that, or it might be way more expensive. But you know, Sentai literally has like a lot of like licenses for like especially anime, so they have like a very big catalog. So that's one of the reasons why I've always liked Hidive, just because it's interesting that this is like Sentai's like own streaming service. Because I mean, I think Hidive has the potential to maybe be like a crazy good streaming service in the future, especially if they get all their licensings and all that like fixed, because there's some stuff it seems like they need to get under wraps. But let's get into Hidive as a streaming platform as a whole. So when it comes to Hidive, the devices that you can have this on is, of course, there's a mobile app. It's on the Xbox, Apple TV, Fire Stick, Roku, Android TV, Chromecast. It used to be on Verb, and that was the only way you could actually access it, Hidive, like on the PlayStation 4 and 5. But once the Crunchyroll deal happened and Crunchyroll Funimation deal happened, it's not on there no more. And also, Hidive is only $4.99 per month or $47.99 for the year, and that's actually not that bad compared to like Crunchyroll. $47.99 for the year is like, that's super cheap. That's like hella cheap compared to, like, if you compare that to all these other streaming services, yeah, that's hella cheap. Now I want to talk about some of the more interesting things that's on Hidive. Now, when it comes to their interface or user phase, whatever it is, it's really good, like really good, especially when it comes to like searching things up. They have so many different categories. Like they have a category for movies, and they don't even have that like on Crunchyroll or Funimation, just a straight up catalog for movies. And like even when you click on, let's say you click on the movie catalog, it literally has A through Z. In each of those sections, they have like all the stuff that's under that letter. So like, let's say something starts with A, you're gonna have all of them right there, and then you go move over to B. So that's one thing I really like, is because the organization is phenomenal, and like it's not confusing like, you know, Crunchyroll's is, where like your go to, let's say you go to the adventure like genre, and in that bitch they have all these different things like, oh, what's popular, blah blah blah. Where on Hidive they actually have it separated the right way in the actual search thing. That way you can actually find stuff. You just scroll through it like that. It's so much easier, and that's one of the things I like. And one of the like funny, interesting things it has, because like I use it on my Xbox, is like it literally tells you the time and the date at the top, and like I find that just funny and unique. I'm just like, oh, I was like, that's cool that they have that in there. I mean, you know, some streaming services don't have stuff like that, but I find that pretty cool. So that's one of the things I like about it. Like I said, and there's a lot of underrated anime. But let's get over some of the anime that are on here, because like, trust me, there's a lot of good anime on here. But let's talk about it. So they have Nana, and of course Nana is very popular. If you've never seen Nana, then you can watch it on here, and they have everything. They have it in sub and dub. They have Made in Abyss. They have Scum Wish, Is It Wrong to Pick Up a Girl in the Dungeon, Wasteful Days of High School Girls, My Team Rated Comedy, Girls and Panzers. They have Gate, Food Wars. They have Redo of a Hero, and guess what? It's uncensored too, so if you want to watch it, there you go. They have Domestic Girlfriend, Golden Time, Bloom Into You, Akame Kill, Corpse Party, High School of the Dead, K-On!, Koroko Connect, Initial D, No Game No Life, Tamiko's Market, Higurashi, Beyond the Boundary, Old Maidens in Your Savage Season, and a lot more. Plus, there's still a lot more like anime that Sentai could hopefully eventually get the licensing to, that they can put on Hidive, because they have stuff like Shirobako, which is not on any streaming service right now, because like once it left Crunchyroll, it's not on nothing. I think it was on Hidive for a little bit, but then like it's off again. So they got to fix licensing issues. Like hopefully they do that. That way we can actually get a lot of stuff, because like I said, Sentai has the rights to a lot of different anime, and it's kind of interesting and wild like how many anime they have. And also another thing about Sentai is they have a lot of uncensored anime on there. So if you like uncensored anime, you go to Hidive, it's always going to be uncensored. They don't care about like censoring stuff. They have a lot uncensored. And also there's a lot of anime on there that has dubs. they do focus on getting a lot of stuff dubs that need to get dubs. I'm pretty sure they also have To Love Ru on there too. And also, I guess I'll get to the final thing. So I think Hidive is a really good streaming service. Like for what it is, like I said, there's a lot of unique anime on here. And I think in the future it's going to be good, especially for what's setting up this summer, when I'm pretty sure they're streaming exclusively the season 4 of Is It Wrong to Pick Up a Dungeon? And they're also got Call of the Night. And you know, Call of the Night's a very popular manga. So them getting those two, I think it's setting up for the future of where Hidive could potentially like be up there and be really good, because I mean they don't have as big as a catalog as Crunchyroll, but like I said, there's still a lot of titles that they can get from Sentai. Like hopefully Sentai like gets the licensing titles, because they have a lot of like anime they have the license to sell. Hopefully they can get some of these titles that they sell and put it on like Hidive, and then Hidive will get more variety, because like I said, something like Shirobako, which is like a pretty decent popular anime, they can put if it gets put on Hidive, then you have more people that want to get it. Like, so I just think in the future Hidive is going to be like really good, I think, because like I said, it shows that they kind of care about their app more than like Crunchyroll, because Crunchyroll doesn't give a fuck. I'm sorry, Crunchyroll does not. They have not fixed their app in like so long. Like they're like, bro, it makes no sense why Crunchyroll is so like unorganized, but then you go to Hidive and it's so organized. It's one of the most like easiest accessible like things when it comes to like searching for anime. And like even if you go to like the genre, like it's so easier. Like that was the one thing I really enjoyed, because like I went on there and then you just click on the genre and it actually is organized by like A through Z, and then that way you can just like go like this and just see which anime you want to watch that's in this genre, unlike Crunchyroll that is like not organized at all. That's the one thing I really enjoy about Hidive. And like I said, if you want, I'd say Hidive's a really decent buy. I would say if you want to actually try out Hidive, why not use their 14 free days trial and see what's on there. Like I said, they have a lot of decent anime on there. I mean, you can download the mobile app, and literally you can just make an account and you can literally look on stuff like that, and you'll be able to figure out if you want to watch anything on there. But yeah, Hidive's only $4.99. Like I said, get that mobile app. Just get on the mobile app and just scroll and see if there's any anime you want to watch on there. And then if you really want to watch something, like I said, use the 14-day free trial. Watch some anime on there, and then like you can cancel if you don't want to like continue. But like I said, there's a lot of decent anime on there, and I feel like it has a lot of underrated shows, or a lot of shows you haven't watched because like Crunchyroll doesn't have the license right to, or maybe you just didn't go to, you know, I mean, you could always pirate because people pirate or whatever. But like I said, if you really want to try something different and watch a lot of underrated anime, use Hidive, because like I said, it's a really good streaming service. I only had like one. There's only really two problems I had. The first problem is they need to get a PS4 and PS5 app. It makes no sense why it's not on those. I'm not sure if that's like some type of licensing type of thing. Like I don't know if they're not messing with Sony because Sony has Crunchyroll and Funimation. I'm not sure. I don't know like why they're not on there. Maybe there's like some reason why they're not, but they need to get on there, because I feel like they're missing out on an audience, especially all the people that have PlayStations. I feel like they're missing on that. There was one problem I had with the mobile app where like I clicked on a video and like it was like messed up. Like the video was all the way off, but then I went to like my app store and literally updated the app, because like I think it was like an update from like December, and I didn't update the app at all, and then I upgraded it, and then it was literally fine. But I didn't really have that many problems with it. I just been using I've been using Hidive, and it's been fine. I've been enjoying it. I honestly think Hidive is way better than Crunchyroll. And Funimation. It's way better. Like I said, it just needs to get more anime in the future, and once they do, I think they will be able to compete with them, especially like I said, when they get all these licensing rights stuff figured out and they get all more anime on there, and especially if they start stealing stuff from like Crunchyroll, Netflix, and all these other streaming services, especially because like I said, Call of the Night's a really big title. That's kind of like how Komi's on Netflix. Like I would put Call of the Night like that. So like it's interesting to see what's going to happen in the future, because hopefully Hidive can start to get more, you know, exclusive anime, like seasonal exclusive anime, like how they're getting Damachi season 4 and Call of the Night. Once they start getting more than 2 each season, or more than 3 or whatever, that's when I feel like Hidive's going to finally, like Crunchyroll's going to have to take notice, and a lot of people are going to realize like Hidive's a really good streaming service. But yeah, if you have used Hidive, let me know how you feel about it. If you're thinking about using it, why not use it? Because like I said, in my opinion, it's really good. Like, yes, it might be flaws because like the category is not as like wide and big and vast as Crunchyroll's, but like I said, there's a lot of underrated and a lot of really good anime. Majority of the anime that are on here are really good, and also Hidive has OVAs, unlike Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll has some OVAs for certain anime, but Hidive has majority of OVAs. And one other thing that's interesting is like when it comes to anime that has multiple seasons, they have it separated in like their own thing, instead of like, you know, have to go over just to go to the season 2. They just have it separated right there. So that's one thing. Yes, that could low-key be a hindrance if you're not sure which one's season 1 or 2, but most of the time you can tell which one it is. But all in all, I'd say it's a pretty good app. I've been enjoying it. I've been hyping it up so much to my one of my fellow friends, Barry Scary Anime. If you don't know him, he's another YouTuber. I've been telling him so much that, yeah, Hidive's really dope, and I've been telling him that almost every time we talk, and I know he's probably getting annoyed by now, but yes, Hidive's a really good app. I actually would recommend this to anybody. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by Hidive. They do not know anything about me, even though I feel like Sentai should, because I buy so many Blu-rays from Sentai. But yeah, let me know how you feel about Hidive, and if you're thinking about getting it, why not try? Like I said, use that 14-day free trial. Or you can just download the mobile app and just look on there and see the anime. Because like I said, there's a lot of unique anime and a lot of underrated stuff, or a lot of classics that are on there that are really good compared to like stuff that you can find like on Crunchyroll, Netflix, and all that. If you enjoyed the video, why not subscribe? If you're new, why not subscribe? If you enjoyed the video, why not like? If you didn't, you could dislike, subscribe if you really enjoyed. And yeah, just let me know how you feel about Hidive. And like I said, I really feel like Hidive's a really good streaming service, and I think it has potential to eventually be one of the best, like once they get more titles on there, and especially if they start stealing more seasonal anime away from Crunchyroll. That's when I feel like Hidive's going to finally open up and people are going to finally realize that Hidive's a good streaming service. And just remember, I'm not sponsored at all. They do not mess with me at all. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next video though. Bye.